Hi guys, welcome to another video from Overbite Gaming, and today I'm taking a look at Tales of Arise. Now I will preface this with this is only kind of a review because I've not finished the game yet. It's like a 100-hour plus RPG and I just haven't had the time, unfortunately. But I was able to afford it, so there's that. Thank you, Steam Sale. So this is actually the first Tales game I've played. I didn't even realise it was a series. I just thought they were various games called Tales of Blur. I didn't realise they were in any way connected, and now I know, and may in fact go back and revisit because I'm having a really fun time with Tales of Arise. So let's set it up. Basically, you've got people called the Danans who were invaded by the Renans and are currently subjugated after 300 years of sophistication. A new hero rises to the front. It's you, Iron Mask. But not really. But I'm not gonna like go into the story beats because that's the whole reason of playing these damn things, right? So I'm not gonna give anything away. But yes, you are Iron Mask. You are a man with, you got it, an iron mask. He also lacks a sense of pain, and of course, being the protagonist of pretty much anything, he also has amnesia and cannot remember a damn thing. You meet up with, well, you rescue a Renin traitor, I'd say? Mutineer, maybe? Something along those lines. Called Shio, and guess what? No one can touch her. She's got this curse where if anybody touches her, these electric thorns come out and give them a good old shock of pain. So you can see where this is clearly going already, with one protagonist being immune to pain and the other one not being able to be touched by anybody that feels pain. Yes, I imagine we all know where this is going. Anyway, so you're going through it and you're obviously trying to like free Dana from the tyranny of the Renans, and you have to do that by defeating the lords and removing their cores. Each one has a different sort of elemental based core. And you find out that not only do they have cores, Shion has a core as well, which you can use to conjure a flaming sword, with which you can bash things with a flaming sword and throw fire and shit. But because the flaming sword's so hot it burns whoever uses it, there's only one person that can use it. Iron Mask, of course, because he feels no pain. And, coincidentally, even though it burns him, Shion's got healing abilities, so they're really sort of like, yeah, these aren't a match set at all. Yeah, it's not very ambiguous. They start off pretty frosty, but you're like, yeah, you guys are gonna get together. I can see it coming from 600,000 miles away, in fact. That seems quite far. I'm not exactly sure how far, but far. So you go through, you defeat the lords. The battle system is real time. Personally, I prefer turn-based battle systems in my RPGs because I just have been marked and fucked up for life by Lord of the Rings: The Third Age, which I will always talk about, damn it. But yeah, so it is well done though. The combat is well done. It relies a lot on countering, evading, and comboing. You combo with party members. You gain enough new abilities that it keeps it fresh. You unlock arts, which are the sort of combat skills you use, and they're mapped to the face buttons, and you get different sort of, they're like circles. They probably got a special name, but I can't remember. You unlock circles, which contains different moves and stuff as you progress through the story. And you use those, and that uses up a charge, and as you fight, the charges come back, and you can get abilities that mean every time you take down an enemy, you get a charge back, and things like that. You also have an overdrive maneuver, which, to be fair, outside of the tutorial for doing it, I really haven't had the opportunity to do it, which is weird. So you can basically overdrive and then hold a button down, and then your team, you'll just smash something fucking hard. And if you fill up an enemy's like stagger meter, you'll get a strike come up, and you just push a direction and a directional button, and you and a teammate will sort of double team in impressive fashion, usually finishing the fight. Bosses take a few of those, unfortunately. Some are pretty hard. So outside of the Renins, you're also fighting Zoogles. The Zoogles are these weird, monstrous things that you would expect to find in pretty much any RPG that the Renans have brought with them to help subjugate you. So they take the forms of like wolves and toadstools and blobs and, you know, standard fantasy fare. If you've played a Final Fantasy game, pretty much any non-humanoid enemy, that's them. There you go. But I'm having so much fun, and it's not just because like the combat's, well, not my preferred style, it is still good. But I'm also having fun because of the characters and the story itself. I think it's really good, really interesting. I'm really enjoying the way the characters develop. Like I said, the Shion Iron Mask thing is... I would be surprised if I get to the end of the game and they're not together, put it that way. I really like it. Every character they introduce, I actually like. I haven't come across one where I'm just like, oh, fuck off, asshole, you're staying at my party. But yeah, I'm having so much fun. And there are owls. I was like, why are there owls? They're like these cutesy owls. And you go around and you hear them hooting and you go along, and it's not like an owl hooting, it's like a bloke going, hoo hoo. So, yeah, it's a JRPG, whatever. So you go and find the owls, and you're like, why am I collecting these fucking owls? I don't know, but it seems like I should be collecting them, right? Because they're there to be collected. Right. Okay. And then a bit later on, you meet a character who has an owl called Hootle, and he's able to guide you more efficiently through the owls. I'm like, oh, great, I can pick up more owls that I don't know what I'm doing this for. But now I can do it more efficiently, so I suppose that's good.
Where?
And then you come across the Owl City.
Who are you?
And you literally teleport into this sort of forest clearing with the king and queen of owls. And depending on how many owls you've collected, they will give you outfits. I'm like, there's where we are. So the outfits in this game are handled not in a particularly favourable way to me, to be fair. So you have what you have equipped, and then you have like the cosmetic element.
Oh, we exist, all right.
Now, not everything you equip has a cosmetic element to it. So you could be wearing like your initial armour, and then you get like Zoogle bone armour, and it looks the same because there's no attached cosmetic thing for it.
Yeah.
Whereas you'll get
I don't even know why I'm wearing it.
numerous cosmetic things from like the king and queen owl, and you can apply them, but you know, it's on the same armor you already got equipped. I really hate it when you get armor and it doesn't change your appearance, because you always equip it going, oh, it's basically look badass, isn't it? And you're like, it hasn't changed it.
Go take a look for yourself.
And then you're looking and you're like, oh yeah, that's because it doesn't have like an appearance attached to it, which I hate. In most games, the way they get around this shit, because obviously if you're quick armor and it's got great stats, you don't want to take it off even if it looks like a bag of toss. So the way they get around it is they do disassociate it, but they have the ability to just change the appearance of the armor you're wearing, and the armor itself still has its appearance. And you sort of, every time you get the armor, it unlocks the cosmetic. So if you've got one that you really like, you can keep that look through all the subsequent armors you acquire, which is the best way of doing it. I mean, I don't know if it's because they want to do DLC or something, maybe microtransactions. To be fair, the game isn't newly out. It was released in September of last year, so I am almost a year out late for it, but it has been on sale recently, so there's my secret for you. And also, I was watching a Wood video, and he recommended this for Steam Deck, and I am pleased to say it runs quite spectacular on Steam Deck. I've noticed no chugging, no slowdown. It's all good in the hood. Can I say that nowadays? I have no idea. Who cares? Whatever. So yeah, Tales of Arise gets a heart-pounding recommendation from me. When you start, it's a bit slow, and a lot of the stuff when you start out, like the cutscenes, starting cutscenes, unskippable. I know, because as I usually do, I start a new game to record footage, because obviously I don't want to show you guys later on in the game necessarily, because you'll be seeing things that you might not want to see. In a game like this, I would certainly never do that. So what I normally do is I start a new game and just record early area stuff and throw it on the screen, and while I'm titillating your ears with my dulcet tones. But in this, it was just like, Yeah, I know. Come on. Let's do it. Oh, sorry, went a bit Arnie there, which I'm terrible at, so I promise not to do that again. It was almost sort of Metal Gear Solid, but not quite as bad. And for some reason, they have like this animated opening with a song that comes up when you start the game. And then when you finish the prologue of the game, it does it again. I'm just like,
You're wrong.
I've seen this. I saw this like when I started the game up. Why? Don't know. There's a lot of crafting in it as well, but it's not crafting which I don't like, which is where crafting becomes just a ball ache, basically. So the way I deal with it is when I go to a merchant, I see if I can forge a weapon. No, I can't. Okay, fair enough. I pick up everything I find along the way. Go back. And if I can forge something new that's better, I'll do that. If not, who cares? It does have quite an interesting cooking thing as well, but again, it's not trying to push this sort of stuff to be like the meat of the game. Like some... Oh dear, hiccups. I'm eating my cheese balls too quickly. But it doesn't push like the whole crafting and collection to be like the meat of the game like some games do, and that's just like, oh, fuck it, I can't be asked for that. So the cooking, you get recipes for doing certain quests, you get a few up front, you unlock them as you go. There's quite a few sub-quests to do across different areas, and the map helpfully actually points out where sub-quests are available. So it's quite nicely done. There's quick travel as well, so bleh. But anyway, the cooking. So you pick up, obviously, ingredients as you go around, like you'll pick up potatoes and peppers and wheat, stuff like that. And then when you go to rest, either at an inn or at a campfire, you get the option to cook first. So if you cook, each recipe is better done by a particular party member, and it will give you a certain benefit. And, you know, that benefit might be rarer ore drops for 10 minutes, say. And then you go to sleep, wait back, and obviously you get 10 minutes of in-game of, not in-game, you know, but 10 minutes real time, of increased ore drops. So they're not, it's nothing that you would be like, oh man, if this game didn't have that, I would be like, oh god, what? I wouldn't be able to play it. It's nothing sort of to that level. But it is a nice little thoughtful thing, and it doesn't take long to do. And if you've got the ingredients, you're like, oh, whatever. Let's do that then. It's going to be a little bit of an edge for 10 minutes, and we'll just move on. There's a lot of variety in the surroundings. The first realm you're in is like a desert realm because it's the fire boss. The second one is a winter realm because it's the boss with the light. So you snatched up all the light, so it's dark and it's snowy and it's oppressive and, you know, stuff like that. So they do have a very good sort of variety of things. It does have sort of this slight anachronistic feel in that Renins are a different planet, right? They're not just like from across the sea. They come from beyond the stars. And, you know, you don't really get into that much. I mean, they're like knights that have swords and shields and guns. And I'm just like, thought you would like have more sort of flying machines, and you know what I mean? You would expect someone that could like cross the stars on a spaceship to employ that technology more in like stamping out rebellion. That would just be me though. I mean, I'm always looking for the easy way, so whatever. But so the fact that they're fielding like guys in suits of armor with swords and shields is a bit I know it's like because most of your guys are similarly equipped. I mean, you got like the magic users, and Shion uses a gun, and you know you have martial arts and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, your main guy has a sword, so it's almost like, oh, we can't use our spaceships. That'd be unfair to the people we've enslaved for 300 years. Got to be fair to them. We are kind slave masters.
What the? You've got some kind of death wish? Those
So
are
it's
armored
just a little bit
soldiers
weird
that-
for me.
Shut up and get out of here while
But
you still can.
super enjoying it. Nothing more I like coming home from work, laying on my couch underneath 2 different fans because it's currently a bit scorchio in the UK. I'm playing that on the old Steam Deck with something on the telly. Maybe a bit of Supernatural. How about that? Bit of Jim Beam on the side. That's a good night to me. Very, very pleasing. Yes. I would do that tonight, but I have to see my fiance. She don't like me hanging around with the anime women with the pointy boobs that she often berates me for looking at. Anyway guys, that's been my review of Tales of Arise. It's a fantastic JRPG. If you like it and you want to give it a try, I highly recommend it. It is full price still, so it's 50 quid on Steam, probably 60 quid on the consoles. It is available on last gen and current gen consoles, and as I said, it works on the Steam Deck as well, so if you get it for like the Steam Deck on Steam, then it will stream to the Steam Deck, or it will run natively off the Steam Deck. You will only get about an hour and a half battery life, but it runs perfectly. So there you go. You basically money, you take your choice. I mean, I got it on sale. It was about 25 quid, I think, when I picked it up. So jobs are good. Go me. Anyway, guys, take it easy. I'll catch you next time.